Have you ever felt like the world is just waiting for you to slip up? Like no matter where you go, there's someone ready to belittle you, dismiss you, or treat you like you don't matter. It's exhausting, isn't it? But imagine this. The next time someone tries to throw shade your way, whether through a snide remark, a cold shoulder, or outright disrespect, you don't flinch. You don't lash out. Instead, you remain unshaken, grounded, composed. You walk away not feeling wounded, but empowered. Sounds impossible. It's not. That's Stoicism at work. This ancient philosophy isn't about bottling up your pain or pretending nothing hurts. It's about transforming life's hits, especially the disrespect, into fuel for strength, wisdom, and growth. This isn't theory, it's strategy. Today, we're exploring 10 timeless Stoic principles that will completely reshape how you handle disrespect. These aren't fluffy quotes or abstract ideas. They are real tools, battle-tested insights that can help you turn emotional chaos into calm confidence. If you're tired of giving your peace away to rude comments, passive-aggressive behavior, or people who don't see your worth, this is for you. Let's reclaim your inner power. 10 Stoic mindset shifts to master disrespect. Unlock inner power with Stoicism. 1. Master the art of control. Ever spiraled over something, only to realize you never had control over it to begin with? That's where the Stoic dichotomy of control changes everything. According to this principle, there are two kinds of things in life. Things you can control. Things you can't. Here's the catch. Almost everything people do, including how they treat you, is outside your control. But how you interpret it, how you respond, that's all yours. So the next time someone disrespects you, don't rush into anger or self-doubt. Ask yourself, is this within my power to change? If not, release it. Why hand your peace of mind over to someone who doesn't even respect it? This doesn't mean pretending it didn't hurt. It means choosing not to let that moment define your mood, your day, or your identity. True power is emotional independence, the ability to stand tall, no matter what someone else throws at you. And that, my friend, takes practice. But each time you choose to stay grounded instead of rattled, you grow stronger. This is the foundation of inner strength. This is Stoicism in action. 2. Let wisdom lead the way. Wisdom in Stoic thought isn't about how much you know, it's about how well you live. It's the ability to stay clear-headed when emotions flare up. It's knowing what truly matters and letting go of what doesn't. It's the skill of recognizing whether something deserves your energy or simply your indifference. When someone disrespects you, the easy path is to react, to lash out, stew in anger, or replay the moment in your mind 1,000 times. But that's a trap. That's giving away your power. Stoic wisdom invites you to pause, breathe, and zoom out. Is this situation really worth my peace? Am I acting out of ego or from strength? Will this still matter tomorrow? A week from now? A year? The goal isn't to suppress your emotions, but to understand them. To examine them like a skilled craftsman inspects his tools with care, honesty, and purpose. Once you do that, you stop being a puppet to your emotions and start becoming the director of your actions. 3. Choose wisdom over ego. Ever notice how disrespect tends to hit us harder when we take it personally? That sting isn't always about what was said, it's about how we interpret it. This is where Stoic wisdom becomes your greatest ally. Instead of reacting from emotion, Stoicism invites us to reflect and respond with clarity. Ask yourself, why does this bother me so much? Is the insult itself important, or is it my perception amplifying its weight? What response reflects the person I want to be, not just the impulse I feel right now? That's not detachment, it's discernment. It's about separating the noise of the moment from what truly matters. When you embrace wisdom, disrespect shrinks. It becomes just another passing moment, not a personal crisis. This perspective shift is powerful. Why? Because it helps you realize something liberating. Your value isn't up for debate, not by someone's rude words, not by their poor behavior. You define your worth by your character, not by their approval. But Stoic wisdom goes even deeper. It encourages empathy not as a weakness, but as a strength. When someone lashes out or disrespects you, pause. Could their behavior be a reflection of their own pain, insecurity, or inner struggle? This isn't about excusing rudeness. It's about not letting it shape you. Understanding even just a sliver of it can help you respond with poise rather than pettiness. So next time you're faced with a moment of disrespect, choose reflection over reaction. That's real strength. That's real wisdom. Fear. Respond with compassion, not contempt. Now let's raise the bar. What if you didn't just tolerate disrespect, but used it as a chance to show your highest self? Compassion in the face of hostility is one of the most powerful Stoic practices you can develop. And no, it's not about letting people walk all over you. It's about holding your ground with grace. Here's the truth. When people act out, it often says more about them than it does about you. Disrespect usually comes from fear, insecurity, ignorance, or pain. Seeing that clearly gives you the chance to respond not with vengeance but with intention. That doesn't mean you let people cross your boundaries. In fact, compassionate strength is assertive. It calmly but clearly says, "This is not acceptable." Sometimes compassion is a kind word. Sometimes it's simply walking away. Other times, it's choosing silence over escalation. And yes, sometimes it's about forgiveness. Forgiving someone doesn't mean forgetting what they did or letting them repeat it. It means releasing yourself from the emotional poison that comes from carrying resentment. You're doing it for your peace, not their pardon. When you respond with compassion, you're not just protecting your peace, you're creating the potential for growth in yourself and maybe even the other person. This is what it means to live with virtue. This is the strength of a Stoic heart. 5. Practice Stoic mindfulness. We live in a world of constant noise, notifications, opinions, pressure, performance. It never stops. And when disrespect shows up in that chaos, it can be easy to get pulled into emotional reactivity. This is where Stoic mindfulness becomes your refuge. But unlike other forms of mindfulness that focus solely on presence, Stoic mindfulness emphasizes rational presence. It's about being deeply connected to your principles, your purpose, and your power of choice even when emotions are pulling you in every direction. You don't just observe your thoughts, you challenge them. You don't just feel your emotions, you direct them. When someone disrespects you, pause, breathe, ask yourself, is this worthy of my energy? What action would align with my values here? Will this matter in a day, a month, a year? This clarity in the heat of the moment is what separates reactive people from resilient ones. So the next time you're tested, don't just stay calm, stay conscious. Let your principles guide you, not your pride. That's the power of Stoic mindfulness. 6. Cultivate Stoic mindfulness. In a world filled with constant distractions and emotional triggers, Stoic mindfulness offers something rare: clarity, calm, and conscious control. But let's be clear, Stoic mindfulness isn't about ignoring your feelings or floating above reality. It's about observing your thoughts and emotions without letting them hijack your judgment. Think of it as watching clouds drift across the sky. They're real, they're moving, but you don't have to let them dictate the weather within you. So when someone disrespects you and that familiar wave of anger or frustration rises, pause. That pause is powerful. It gives you a moment to breathe, reflect, and choose how to respond instead of reacting impulsively. In that space, ask yourself, what am I really feeling? Is this something I can control? How can I act in a way that reflects who I truly want to be? Over time, this practice not only helps you handle disrespect with more grace, it transforms how you relate to yourself. You begin to see emotional patterns, build inner strength, and respond to challenges with greater clarity and resilience. And Stoic mindfulness isn't just for moments of tension. It elevates your everyday life. It sharpens your attention, calms your mind, and roots you in the present moment, helping you live deliberately rather than reactively. So the next time you're triggered, remember this: your mind is your domain. The world may stir the winds, but you decide whether they become a storm. That's real power. That's the Stoic path. 7. Turn adversity into growth. What if every challenge, even disrespect, wasn't an insult, but an invitation? What if it was life asking, how strong have you become? How true to your values will you stay? This is the Stoic view of growth. Adversity isn't an obstacle, it's the training ground of your character. So, when someone disrespects you, imagine it as a test not of your worth, but of your wisdom. It's your moment to rise, to respond with maturity, to reinforce the person you're becoming. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can this experience make me stronger, wiser, more grounded? Each encounter is a mirror. Sometimes it reveals pride that needs tempering. Other times it highlights how easily we're swayed by others' opinions. With each reflection comes insight, and with insight comes growth. This mindset transforms you from a passive recipient of life's difficulties into an active architect of your evolution. You begin to feel gratitude even for the hard moments, not because they're easy, but because they shape you. And here's the beauty: as you grow, you don't just change your life, you inspire others. Your calm becomes contagious. Your resilience becomes a light for those around you. So next time you are disrespected, remember this isn't just a moment to endure. It's a moment to elevate. It's a step on your path to greatness. 8. Guard your inner peace. At the core of Stoic living lies a priceless treasure: inner peace. Not the fragile kind that breaks under pressure, but the deep, steady calm that endures no matter what's happening around you. The Stoics never promised a life free from chaos or disrespect. Instead, they offered tools to protect your calm within the storm. Because here's the truth: your peace doesn't belong to anyone else, it's yours. And no one can take it from you unless you hand it over. So how do you protect this sacred space within? Start by anchoring in the present moment. The past is over, the future isn't here. The only time that truly belongs to you is now. And in this moment, you have the power to choose presence over reactivity, calm over chaos. Next, remind yourself daily what is and isn't within your control. This isn't just intellectual, it's a practice. a habit. The more you reinforce this awareness, the more resilient your peace becomes. Acceptance is also key. Not passive surrender, but wise acknowledgement of reality. Some people will be disrespectful. Some situations will be unfair. But if you stop demanding that life always be smooth, you free yourself to meet its rough edges with grace. And don't underestimate the power of gratitude. Even in the hardest moments, there's always something to appreciate, a lesson, a strength, a new level of self-awareness. Gratitude transforms turbulence into perspective. When you build this inner sanctuary, the world may knock, but it won't shake you. You'll walk through life steady, kind, clear, and truly powerful. That's the Stoic way. 9. Contentment in the face of disrespect. What does it look like to feel deeply content even when you're being disrespected? In Stoicism, it means you refuse to give others power over your emotional state. Disrespect stings, but that sting fades quickly when you realize that your worth is not on trial. Your peace isn't on the table unless you allow it to be. Contentment isn't about pretending bad behavior doesn't exist. It's about choosing to respond with integrity instead of outrage. It's about focusing on the unshakable foundation inside you, your character, your principles, your chosen perspective. And here's the secret weapon: gratitude. When you focus on what you do have, your strengths, your support systems, your growth, you shift away from negativity and start seeing life through a lens of abundance. Reflect regularly. What gives your life meaning? Are you nurturing the things that truly matter? When you're anchored in these truths, disrespect becomes background noise, not the soundtrack of your story. 10. Reframe disrespect through the lens of indifference. Here's one of Stoicism's most powerful tools: changing your perspective. Especially when it comes to the pain of being disrespected. What if disrespect wasn't personal at all? Stoics teach that many things, insults, praise, social status, are indifference. In other words, they're external events that don't truly affect our capacity to live with virtue and peace. When you adopt this mindset, disrespect loses its grip. You realize what someone says about you doesn't define you. It's not a reflection of your worth, just a flash of their perception, often flawed, fleeting, and irrelevant. That doesn't mean you suppress your emotions or pretend not to care. It means you acknowledge, reflect, and let go. You step back and ask, does this truly impact my ability to live with courage, kindness, or wisdom? If the answer is no, then breathe, let it pass, and move on, rooted in your values. This reframing isn't just theory, it's a powerful, lived practice. One that frees you from emotional volatility and anchors you in clarity. The journey forward: live with depth, not disturbance. These 10 lessons aren't quick fixes. They're lifelong practices, habits of mind and heart that help you rise above pettiness, noise, and distraction. They teach us that disrespect, adversity, and conflict aren't things to fear. They're opportunities to grow, to clarify our values, and to practice virtue. So keep going, reflect often, practice daily, and remember, the Stoic path isn't about perfection, it's about progress. Thank you for walking this journey with us. You're a vital part of the Stoic Strength community. If you're ready to go deeper, check out one of the recommended videos or resources. And above all, never stop learning, questioning, and becoming who you're meant to be.